Okay, we're going to attempt to make this skillet apple and raisin pancake without the raisins. You need a skillet, obviously. And what I'd like to do is get the skillet hot first. I don't like putting anything into a cold pan. And so this is what it looks like. This is the recipe. Sorry, I spilled some egg whites on there while I was doing my egg whites. I'll leave it in the description box also so that you can see. But these are our ingredients that we needed. I'm using regular all-purpose flour and some unsalted butter. The apples I have in water right here it says for four Granny Smith apples. I used 3 large ones. They were pretty big, so I don't think I needed another one. It calls for apple juice. I'm using apple cider, which is less points than apple juice, surprisingly enough. I'm skipping the raisins. I am going to use some cinnamon and some vanilla. We also need a cup of low-fat milk. We need 2 regular eggs and 2 egg whites. As you can see, I'm not really good at separating eggs. Oh, I forgot the salt. I already showed you the flour, and instead of sugar, I'm going to use the Mott's unsweetened applesauce. We'll see how that works. So let me turn you around and let's get started. Okay, I have started the oven at 425 degrees. We're going to put a tablespoon of unsalted butter in the pan to melt a little bit. And then after that melts, we're going to add our apples. Let me get my apples while it's melting. I have this on a medium heat. Well, I'm not exactly sure what happened, but my camera went into slow motion. So the first thing we're going to do here is add our apples, and we're just going to simmer them and put a little bit of love into them, I guess. I forget what I was saying, but I know that I'm going to go and add some more ingredients. Using a 1/4 cup of apple cider at this point instead of apple juice. I didn't have any apple juice, so I thought I'd substitute the apple cider. Next, I'm going to add some cinnamon. As we can see that I'm not very good at measuring. I don't have that much left in the container, and so I was, as my family says, struggling. So I thought a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, but it sure didn't look like enough. I thought, you know what, you might need to add just a little bit more. So I went a little overboard on the cinnamon, but the end result was it didn't really matter. It really was good after that point. So what we're doing now is just kind of even them up and letting them simmer down just to get hot, kind of like an apple pie mixture. I didn't use sugar because I am going sugar-free in October, so I substituted a tablespoon of unsweetened applesauce, which I have to tell you didn't affect the flavor at all. It did make it a little bit sweeter, which was good. And then we're just going to stir that in and kind of distribute all of the cinnamon, the extra cinnamon that I have put in there all around. And just, they said to cook it down for 10 minutes. So we're going to let that sit for 10 minutes, and then we're going to move on to the next step. Okay, we're going to let the apples simmer on the stove for about 10 minutes, stirring frequently. Into the bowl here, we're going to add, let me see if I can lower you a little bit. There we go. See if I can back you up a little bit. Like I said, I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer when it comes to doing videos like this. Okay, we're going to add our cup of milk, our 2 eggs, I know I shouldn't throw things across the kitchen, but this is kids cooking with Sandy. This is what we do. The egg whites. a tablespoon of sugar, but we're going to use applesauce, and a pinch of salt. You're supposed to use kosher salt. I don't have kosher salt. I have to give my apples a stir. I'll be right back. Don't leave me. Okay, we're going to beat this on high until blended. That should do it. To the side. That's what it looks like. I gotta give my apples a stir, but while I'm over there, come with me. See our apples? How well they're doing? Okay, there's our apples. Now we're gonna remove it from the heat. And we're gonna add a teaspoon of vanilla. To the mixture here. If I find a teaspoon. Here we go. Stir that around and evenly make the pan even with the apples. I probably could have used, my apples were really big. I probably could have used another apple. Anyway, so we remove that from the heat. Now what we're going to do, sorry about that. We are going to whisk in the flour. And just, blend it in to make like a pancake mixture, obviously. And once we get this all mixed in, without making a mess like I normally do, we'll make sure all the flour is blended. And it seems to be at this point. So now, here we go again. Hang on. As you can see, I'm not the least bit organized. That's cooking with Sandy. Then we're just going to pour this over the top evenly over the mixture. Get everything covered. And we're going to put this in a 400, sorry about that. We're going to put this in a 425 degree oven for 20 minutes. So let's put this in the oven. And I'll be back in 20 minutes to show you the next step. Okay, let's see how it's looking so far. It's actually looking pretty good. It's looking like a little bit like an apple pie. So what we're going to do here is we're going to, okay, now we need to reduce the temperature to 350, and we're going to bake it for an additional 20 minutes. Okay, there's the finished product. We're going to divide it up into 6 pieces. If you use the recipe the way they say, it is 7 points on green and 6 points on blue and purple. The way I made it, it comes down to 5 points on green and 4 points on blue and 4 points on purple. So let's cut this baby up and see how it tastes. Okay, let's see how it goes. Jim's trying it first.
Good.
Do you like it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, we both liked it very well. It was very, very good. It was delicious. I would highly recommend it. I know that I went a little overboard on the cinnamon, but you really couldn't tell. It was good. I like my version with the 4 points. But let me know if you try it. Let me know how you like it. I apologize for how unorganized it was, but I told you I was going to do a cook with me, and that's what I did. So if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, hit the like button, share if you think somebody might like to see it. As always, stay safe.